Hello everybody, my name is Connor Rollator. I am the head of the Veterans Network here at Roper Corporation, and I am sitting with...
Hi, my name is Paul Bang, and I am a co-leader of APEF.
So what we have today as part of the Inclusion and Diversity event is me and him are kind of collaborating to talk about food a little bit. Something that is near and dear to every soldier, Marine, sailor, and airman's heart, and I wanted to bring him into the realm of what soldiers eat on a daily basis when they're out in the field or they deployed. And I have a smorgasbord of items for us to go through, and I'll be honest, Paul has a little bit of a surprise for us at the end too.
If you don't mind, could you explain me what is MRE?
So MRE, it stands for Meal Ready to Eat.
So this is like during combat situation, you get one of these or something like that, like during training?
No, so you could say during combat situations, but nobody is going to be like firing their weapon and then trying to cook up one of their meals at the same time. So the idea is that each one of these represents a meal. And so you put maybe one or two of these a day for each day that you're going to be out inside of your rucksack. When you have downtime, you open that up, and that is your food while you are out doing these patrols. Yeah.
So you don't have like a food tray and they like give you food, like I thought I saw something like that in the movies, you know, like
Okay, yeah, there are times of that, and it is having food like that, having a hot meal, they call it, is a giant morale boost for people that have been out in the field. But when you are actively engaging with the enemy, you're actively on patrol, you're going to be there for a day or two or three or a week at a time. You don't bring the kitchen with you. The cooks don't go out with you. You have to pack your own meals, and this is what they look like.
I always enjoy my meal to be hot, and it sounds like, can this be hot? I mean, would you have a microwave there?
Good question. So this is, I'll go through that process right now. So right now we're opening up the pizza one.
Pizza?
And, yep, pepperoni pizza. And everything comes in this secondary plastic packaging.
Wow.
And when you open this up, there's a lot of items in here, and one of them is this little plastic bag. So this plastic bag, it's sealed, but inside of it has something akin to like hot hands, you know, where it warms up when it touches air.
Yes.
What this uses is actually water, and that's kind of why I asked you to bring your water bottle over here. So what you do is, let's find the pizza in here. Here it is, the pepperoni pizza with cheese and sauce.
Let's show this to you.
Yep. So that your slice of pizza is in there.
Holy cow.
Okay. So what you do is you rip open the top right here, and then it allows you to put water in there, but this thing, we could shake this thing around and it's not going to heat up.
Okay.
But as soon as we put our meal inside, so you put your meal in there. It could be anything. If you wanted to heat up the blueberry cobbler in there, you could as well.
Ooh.
So, which I did. This berry cobbler is my favorite thing in all of these meals. So we have that in there, and now I take this
water,
and I just pour it in the top, just a little bit, and that was 2 or 3 tablespoons.
That's it.
And then you can see on the bottom, it's all collecting on the bottom, so I got it close to that line right there. So now what I'm doing, go ahead.
Look at that, it has a line right there. You filled up the water right there.
Okay. So
heating pack, kind of interesting. I'm not sure if you guys ever seen this, but this says operating instruction. So it says remove the MRE porch and paperboard sleeve from MRE. So basically you take it off from the sleeve, tear the top, and then you place the MRE porch in here.
Yep.
Then I think this part is really interesting here. It says you pour in the water, you put it back in the sleeve, and while it's heating, it got a drawing right here, and it says rock or something. So you put on a rock or something.
So according to the instructions that it has written on there, all I'm going to do is fold this top over right here. And I should have done this first. You can hear it. Can you hear it heating up right now?
Oh yes, wow, it's
So
sizzling.
you can hear it sizzling. So it'll actually get pretty hot. So I'm gonna take this, put it in here. Again, another tight fit. This is simply so that I can handle it later and it helps insulate some of the heat, because that little heater will actually get very warm. It'll get pretty hot. So according to the instructions on there, it actually says you to take it and lean it against something, quote unquote something. So I'm just gonna put it right there, and that allows enough of the water to touch the heating pad that's in there and use up all of that energy in heating up our slice of pizza.
And this was a pack of
This is the
tuna chicken.
Tuna chicken, yeah. This is the tuna
chunk,
chicken.
okay.
Tuna chunk.
All right.
And one thing that I wanted to point out in here is that during the Gulf War, they were polling these soldiers about the food that they were eating in the field, about the MREs and stuff like this. And what everybody's saying is they missed stuff from home. And so what they ended up doing is finding things in the United States, comfort food, and adding it to the MREs.
Yes.
So what this tuna chunk used to be, it actually used to be chicken of the sea, a packet of chicken of the sea in there. Now they've gone away from that and they have their own version of it now. But what you'll find in a lot of these MREs is stuff that is familiar to us.
Wow.
So Reese's in this one, tiny little pieces or tiny little bottles of Tabasco sauce.
Yes.
So that kind of stuff, when you are homesick and you're able to like rip this open and eat it, these are the number one things in the bag. Yeah.
That's very thoughtful.
It is very cool. So it might not be heated completely through. It needs about 10 minutes, but let's take a look at this.
Sure.
You can feel how hot that is.
Whoa, okay.
It actually is.
Yes.
So
It's warm.
they don't want you to dig your hand all the way in there. So there's actually another little spot right here that I'm going to tear open. And that just allows me to dig in there without putting, my entire arm.
Yes. Wow.
So, like what you were expecting.
That's the pizza that we got.
Now,
wow.
if anybody here grew up in the United States, what this may remind them of is this square cut of pizza is what I used to eat at lunch when I was in elementary school.
Oh.
It looked just like this. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So
I feel bad for you guys.
I know.
Wow.
So we do a little taste test. I'm just gonna break off a piece of this and
Yeah. Let's break the bread. It's very moist. It's soft. So the dough is soft, and the sauce doesn't really taste like a sauce too much. Not the word. It's just like tomato sauce, not really pizza sauce.
And it is not as if it is actually sauce either. It is, there's nothing wet about that. So after you have had 6 variations of, beef patty eaten in the field for so long, as you start to get creative about what you are actually going to make. So whether or not they intended it for things like this, oh guys, this is great.
So what's in here?
I love
Oh,
peanut M&Ms.
yes.
I'm taking these home. So in here is they have au gratin potatoes, so cheesy potatoes right there as the side.
Potato.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
And then this is your beef patty, and it is in with jalapenos and pepper jack cheese.
Beef patty.
Beef patty.
Wow.
So what everybody likes to do is, along with these 2 meals, our main meal and our side, is that there are always condiments in here and a dessert. So we have an oatmeal chocolate chunk cookie.
Chocolate chunk cookie. Okay, it's pretty hard.
It is hard. It's a cracker. Yep, or it's got the consistency of a cracker. But there's also condiments. So I have mayonnaise.
Mayo.
I have barbecue sauce, and I have cheese spread with bacon.
Ooh, with bacon.
With bacon.
Okay.
So what people will do? Where did I put them? What people will do is there's also tortillas in here. So they will combine all of this stuff, and it's not exactly going to be a burger because there's no bun, but warm this up, put it inside the tortilla,
Right.
add your cheese spread and your mayo or your barbecue sauce,
Okay.
and then you have your version of a hamburger.
Whoa, what is this?
So each MRE comes with like an accessory pack, right? And they are all individually wrapped like the other ones. And everything in here is pretty close to the same. They'll have some moderate variations in terms of what beverage is in here.
Right.
But one thing everybody needs to remember is that the military runs, and probably GE in general, runs on coffee.
Coffee.
And so almost all the time, almost in every single one of them, you will see instant coffee. And then
Wow, that's instant coffee. Okay.
it comes with creamer, non-dairy creamer, the powder form,
Nice.
and then sugar for your
Right.
coffee. Now, also in each one of them is a little bit of salt, and then a pack of gum. There's two different types. There's gum that has this red outer layer,
Right.
and that is, what is it, would be cinnamon, right? Cinnamon gum. And then the other one is just regular clear, and it's mint or spearmint or something like that. But they all come with a piece of gum. Then, what style I like to clean up, it matches. And the most important thing out of all of this is this little pack of paper.
Huh.
So, it's comes in its own little cardboard sleeve. We don't need that anymore. But
Napkin?
this, not a napkin, toilet paper. Oh! Toilet paper. We don't bring toilet paper with us when we go out into the field. And
Wow.
this is a godsend. Yep. This is a godsend. So that's our toilet paper.
Wow, so lifesaver.
It is.
So
Getting
they-
this in every single one of them, it turns into currency for me.
Oh.
Right. So if you going back to our other items that come in, the condiments that come in the MREs, if I don't like something, I can trade somebody Bill's Brew and maybe some barbecue sauce and get the chocolate peanut butter spread. Or I could trade them for their oatmeal chocolate chip cookie that they don't want anymore. So everything in here that you don't like or you can't eat because you're lactose intolerant, it just turns into currency for you to buy something that you actually do right. Like, because I'd trade my entire MRE
For
if
that?
for this right here. This was my jam back in the day.
So we kind of introduced 4 different type of MRE here. All of them that you tried, which one was your favorite and which one did you like the least and why?
We'll start with the one that I like the least. I think I'm gonna start sweating just thinking about it. Flashbacks.
Here,
Yeah,
here.
exactly. Back in the 2004 to I think about 2010 or so, there was a meal called an omelet.
Omelet, okay.
Yeah, and they had 2 versions. They had just a regular omelet, and then they had a veggie omelet.
Veggie
And
omelet.
You remember how the pizza didn't, like when we pulled it out of the packet, that did not exactly exceed our expectations in terms of what pizza should
Right.
look like. When you would pull the omelet out of the bag, it would hold the form that the bag was in. But then, even if it was heated up, it stayed this jiggly mass, chewy, jiggly mass, and it was disgusting. And on top of that, it didn't taste any better than it looked. And I would, in my darkest, hungriest days, I would skip that thing and throw it in the trash before I ate it. That thing was awful, absolutely awful.
Now, did it come with any nice condiment or dessert?
Came with the best condiments and desserts.
What did they
It would come with, like, they called it a maple muffin top.
Oh.
But it was essentially just their version of a pancake, which was awesome. It would come with maple syrup. If I remember correctly, it also came with peanut M&Ms, which is, you know, I would grab the omelet package, throw the omelet away, and just eat the rest of the stuff just because it came with peanut M&Ms. Yeah, that was awesome.
So that's how they kind of like, you know.
Yes, we're gonna screw you over on the main meal,
Right.
but we're gonna give you all the good stuff along with
I
it.
guess.
Exactly. My favorite one. Let's see. I think they still have it. It was 2 things: either the cheese tortellini, which is a vegetarian meal, or it used to be called mac and cheese, but it had like beef in it, and actually that went away, and they replaced it with the beef ravioli in meat sauce. They just kind of changed it a little bit, but those were my 2 favorite things.
I already see something nice there.
Yeah,
Yes.
we got M&Ms in this one. That's the ravioli and meat sauce.
Ooh, it's pretty heavy.
It is. There's a lot of food in there, which is fantastic. These are called First Strike bars,
Okay.
and it is the Army's version of like a granola bar or a protein bar.
Oh,
It's
nice.
actually pretty good. Tropical fruit punch.
So when I opened it, I could smell this like fruitiness in there, and this thing is kind of hard, but also slightly flexible. Kind of reminds me of fruit roller.
Ah, fruit roll up. Yeah.
Ooh, it's hard, very chewy.
Oh, man.
It's definitely Army strong.
Actually tastes pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
It's like it's cranberry and raspberry.
Yeah,
and it
and-
actually tastes like that.
And it has a little crunch there somewhere. I think there's some kind of
Very tart,
some kind of grain in there too.
like crispy, like Rice Krispies.
Yes,
Kinda tastes like-
yes.
yeah. Yep. That's
But
what
if you have TMJ, I don't recommend you.
most of the other meals will have some sort of secondary drink inside of there, so they always come with this beverage bag.
Okay.
And the sole idea of this is I dump my fruit punch inside of the beverage bag, put my water in there, close it up, and shake it up, and then you have yourself some Kool-Aid. This sweet snack bread.
Yes.
So I'll kind of show you what they do with items that they already have. So if you pull that out,
Right?
does that remind you of something else that we were maybe just?
Yeah, the pizza.
Yep, it is. Oh. Outside of being doused in some sauce and everything, it is the same thing that they produce the pizza on, but they just give it to you in a different form so that you can sop up the sauce inside of your ravioli.
So I'm opening up ravioli right here, and look at that form right there. Okay, it's coming out, guys, in one big piece. Wow.
There's your beef ravioli.
Let's try it. Kind of tastes like it's cold because we didn't put it in this heating pack, but I could see if it's hot, it might not be that bad.
If it's hot and you're hungry,
Oh, and you're hungry.
That would be
Okay.
not a bad meal. Yep.
Special thanks to Yin Yin.
Yes.
We
Thank you,
were
Yin Yin.
able to translate what it says here, but basically it says 13 compressed ration. Contains various vitamins and minerals. Green onion flavor. Okay. And weight is 250 gram. And calorie is about 460 calorie. So that's all written here. Oh wow. Okay.
Oh.
So try this. You hold
Yeah.
it. It feels like a brick, to be honest.
This is building material.
Oh wow, it's really hard. It's wow. Okay.
Oh.
Wow. So it comes in like 4 blocks right here. Look at that.
Can
And
you smell it?
I can smell.
I
some
can
kind
smell
of
it. Yep.
Green onion. Wow, it's strong.
It smells like the ramen packets.
Oh, yeah.
The flavor packets
Yes.
inside of instant ramen.
And that like sun chip that has that green onion flavor. Oh, it smells kind of like that. It's packed in this shrink wrap. Then try to open it. Oh, wow. Let's see. You can just bite it. I guess,
I'm just gonna bite it.
yeah, I guess that plastic fork or spoon not go through this.
Oh,
Actually, it wasn't that hard when I put
No.
my feet through it.
that tastes better than I thought it would too.
And kind of like a biscuit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm impressed.
Yeah,
Yep.
way better than I expected.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your service.
No,
and
thank you.
everything.
Thank you. Really appreciate that. Thanks for taking the time to enjoy, air quotes, enjoy these meals with me. It is always very exciting for me to be able to bring my experiences to you and your experiences to me as being a Korean American. I always always find it really exciting to have those conversations with you. So thank you very much for spending this time with me today.
My pleasure. Thank you. Well, thank you, everyone.
Yep.
And we'll close, and we'll see you next time.
Yep. Have an awesome day.
You kind of like that,
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that you're supposed to just like eat that on its own like that.
Mhm.
Like I don't know, but it's better than I thought it would be.
I'm gonna try to rip this open. If I can. Yeah, how do they? Might need a knife.
The other side, it's got that rip on the other side of it too. Down here.
Oh yes. Okay, I didn't see that.